Hi.
Hi,
Hi, Hitati.
how are you?
Brilliant. Happy to see you and your
Just a
super
second.
pep smile. You're brightening just not my day, I think so, everyone's day.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So, we are beginning on a bright note.
Yeah,
Good. And today is a beautiful day to a nice evening. It's
yeah,
Kartik month, it's holy month, and a fab day. So, Hitanti, I'm very happy. Do you know you're the first one whom people have called for an encore? You're coming for the second time for the first
right.
time in my podcast series. I'm very touched. Thank you, dear viewers, for the love, support, and demand for Hitanti.
Yeah, right.
So, Hitanti, are you there? I think so. There is some a lag time. So Hitanti will come here again. Yeah. Yeah, till Hitarthi comes, I think so. I'll just tell about why she is on our show today. A little about Hitarthi. Hitarthi is CEO of a company called Adroid, and this particular Adroid is a company with a vision where she and her brother have come together to give India a better tomorrow. They are walking and following the what PM Modi ji says, made in India. They are really making our Bharat Atmanirbhar. So now, Hitarthi, are you there? Because
Yeah, can you hear me now?
yeah, I can see. I was
Okay,
just
I think I
telling in
got
your message that
disconnected.
how you're making Bharat Atmanirbhar.
Okay.
Yeah, so you are totally on the path of making Bharat Atmanirbhar, but just not by through your products, but your services and making India youth and also people like me at my age. By the way, I still consider myself as very young, so young
Of
people
course.
like me to equipping ourselves to make Bharat Atmanirbhar. So I want to know, why AI is so much trending today. It's a buzzword. People across the age, as young as 3 and 4, I know in my building there are young boys who are going to good schools and even they are talking about AI and they got a lot of knowledge about AI. So why is AI making headlines globally? So is it okay to start from this line? Hitarthi?
Yeah, can you hear me again?
Yeah, I can hear you. I mean, do you want to check whether is there a server problem at your end?
I can't hear you. Just a second.
Yeah. So, dear viewers, what I would like to say is, AI has become totally a trend. Does anyone of you want to share as to why do you think AI has become so big today? And does AI frighten you? Do you want to share? Why does, I mean, AI definitely frightens me. Yeah. Are you there, Hitarthi? Until Hitarthi comes back, does anyone one of you want to share why AI does AI frighten you? That's what I want to know. Why is AI so big?
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very bad.
Is this better?
Yeah, very bad. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, do you want to start from that line?
Uh,
What is AI?
right. So, AI, as you know, artificial intelligence, what it basically is, it's a field of computer science that focuses on tasks or systems that are usually performed by humans. So, let's say things like learning, reasoning, understanding language, solving. All these are the sectors that are covered by AI. And as you mentioned that, generation from kids to adults have started talking about AI is I think after the rise of ChatGPT, which became very famous very soon. I think after that, people have actually started understanding AI, its applications, and all of that. But of course, before that, AI has always been in the tech industry. But because of better advancement in technology, we are able to do it in a better format, which is helping not just the tech experts, even everyday people like you and me.
Yeah, I mean, can you just tell us, yeah, youngsters and children, yes, but people over 40, we are not Gen Z or millennials. How will people like me make friends with AI? To begin with, is there a way to be friends with AI for people like me? Wow.
Definitely. So what I feel is people see AI, as a threat. We don't understand AI yet, right? So I think AI can just take the revolution of technology, right? There was a time when phones came and people were afraid of phones because there could be miscommunication, there could be loss of jobs because instead of writing letters, having letters to days or weeks at times, directly get on call and speak to the person. So that was also scary back then for everybody. So is AI right now. What I believe is that every group, every generation, every industry needs to start accepting AI and needs to see it as a potential way for their personal and professional growth.
Yes, you're so very right. But for as you said, the telephone or even instant coffee, or you can say microwave. All these gadgets did come to our aid, but we were not frightened because they did not enter into our privacy. Uh, we did not have ethical issues with it. But what happens with AI, there is so much of fear. A, because of, ethical issue. B, because of, the invading privacy. Like, we have that Alexa has heard the private conversation and it has gone public. So there are so many ethical and privacy issues, that frightens us because we do not know how to deal with privacy issues. There are certain, our family issues, account issues. There are so many things that we want to keep A, as an individual, or B, as a family or within the friends. It goes all over the world. So
Right.
how can we keep ourselves safe from such pitfalls?
So that
Do you have any tips on this?
definitely. So with every new revenue, of course, there's a lot of good, and of course, there's a lot of bad involved. Same thing. The only threat that comes with AI is firstly privacy issues, because there are so many deepfake videos that are happening, voice scams that have started. Uh, Even our prime minister one video went viral where he was dancing, but it was a video, and he have tweeted about the concerns of AI. So that to limit the usage of AI where your data is secure. Because what we need to understand is that AI works only on data sets. Whatever it gives, whatever answers it's giving, or whatever calculations it's purely based on the data that you give. You need to be very careful about the kind of data you are giving AI. Like you said, Google Assistant or Alexa at our home every day-to-day life. We should also know that it is constantly listening to you. It knows what you are speaking. It has your data, and it is going to store and use that data. So you need to be very careful about how you are using the AI systems. You cannot be totally blind about just directly using it. You have to safeguard your privacy, and you have to safeguard the data that you are.
Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, is there a difference? You may laugh at me, Dharti. Is there a difference between robotics and AI OpenAI? Is there
Yes,
any difference? Or
major difference. So how robotics works is you can see it as you give a reason to exist. Like there's a robot just to clean your house. There's a robot just to perform one task. So it is a code that keeps repeating itself. That is how robotics works. But what happens in AI is that you give it data and it has human intelligence. Just like you and I think that AI use its own brain, the pseudo brain, to perform the tasks, and it what it feels right based on obviously the codings that we do, but it has its own brain. If I could give like a movie reference of Terminator where they are showing that good AI human, a bad one, so that is where it's not just what you code, it's that own brain, and it's taking decisions on its own. So that is how it's different from robotics.
okay, so uh, it said, AI is here to stay. So, we cannot escape from AI.
True.
So, how can we make AI? What are the three tips you can say as to, you can use AI to perform our, adding value to our life in professional and personal. I mean, then my next question is based on this.
Okay.
So, is there a tip that you can tell all of us, especially youth, because they're frightened because there are many say, I am a trainer, so many say they are frightened even for their job security. They may think, it may do, we may become redundant, and that is such a sad feeling. Today we are there, in next 10 years we may become redundant. So how to keep yourself not redundant in the job market, at the same time become friends with it?
Right. So what I feel is when the topic of AI comes, especially for the youth, firstly, as you said, you have to accept it. Debating about if it's good or if it's bad or if it should be or banned, that is very secondary. First, we have to accept it that it's here and it's going to stay, and how we can benefit from it for our own professional and personal upskilling. So, as I said, I think obviously AI is going to replace jobs. It already has, and more, it will do it more. But what we need to understand is with that AI, as humans also have a vast set of knowledge on our right now. Maybe if you ask me about a topic, there was just a time I had one probably two books or just one library which I could get my information. Now with the help of AI, just with one sentence that I type, I can get a vast amount of information on a topic. So you need to start upskilling your growth, personal or professional, using AI skills for your benefits. What usually happens is right now, a lot of people do a 9 to 5 job who do the same kind of work, right? Be it
Yeah.
fitness or whatever it is, that it's a very monotonous work that they have to do every single day. But instead of that, if they use AI, if they use technology, where all these monotonous works can be taken care of, humans can focus on more creative tasks. Because at the end, humans are to be empathetic. We have a creativity level which machines cannot. They cannot come in comparison. Not right now, not anytime. So using AI for your benefit, focus more on the creative aspects. It makes things happen faster. We can work on more discoveries. We can work more on creative thinking. Besides that, I feel even if your jobs are taken down, the task that you perform 10 hours now takes just like a few minutes. That is, you can focus on the betterment of the task, and even then, you can focus on a better way of life. If your task, which you are whole day working so hard for your job, doing the same process, but if that is taken care of by technology, you can probably focus more on your hobbies. You can probably focus more on the way of life, and I I feel that AI is enhancing the way we are living our life. It is kind of helping our lifestyle. So instead of just hearing it directly, start educating themselves about it, learn more things, of course verify your sources, because there's a lot of time that you get information online, but it is not a verified source. It is probably deep fake or some wrong knowledge, and we just pass it on thinking it's the right one. So we need to verify the sources. We need to be very careful about the uses of AI, how you are using it for yourself, professionally or personally. But even then, we have to start using it for our benefit.
Wow. So with this, no one can say if we use AI, that's what if I understand it correctly, if we use AI correctly, efficiently, no one can say I have no time for my hobby or to go, no time to go to gym or to exercise to
Right.
paint. Am I right?
So we had a very nice conversation with my friends where we were discussing AI is going to make us lazy, because with so much things that are getting automated, not just in your industries, even at homes, there are these refrigerators where they just know the amount of food that you have in your refrigerator, when your grocery is going to go out, what all things you can make based on whatever food is left in your refrigerator. So such things, your life is getting so easy. There's a chance you can get lazy, because everything is being taken care of, be it home, be it office, be it job, everything. But the way I see it is, it correctly, I could probably focus more on my health. I could probably focus more on my way of living, socializing increases.
Yeah.
Right now, so busy in their lives with their jobs and stuff, that the whole thing of getting involved, meeting your friends, meeting your family, all of that is gone, because you're so tired from the work you are doing. Where will you get a chance?
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
things are taken care of by some machine which is there to help you, then definitely focus on the way of life. And I think it's definitely going to increase.
So no one can say then, I don't have family life or work-life
Yeah,
balance.
all
And now people are talking all about ism. There is no work-life
no,
balance.
that is
With AI, AI will take care of work-life balance.
yes. So it will definitely help you for a better life, more than just a balance.
Oh, wow. So happy to know that.
Yeah.
So now, Hidati, what is trending at present is Sam Altman. He is now the buzzword.
Right.
It said that he's been kicked out of by his BOD, and he's been trying. So many big companies are trying to poach him.
Right.
Satya Nadella, Microsoft. Or he's getting poached from so many sites. Poor fellow doesn't know how to balance.
Right.
Can you just tell a little bit more about the absolutely the hot topic, the trending topic that's happening now?
So what has happened is, the board of OpenAI, they have somehow decided that Sam is no longer fit for the company, and his interests are not matching with the overall interests of OpenAI. The way I see it again is different. Of course, if he's not a part of OpenAI, because he was there during the development of ChatGPT and all of that. But he is a person who has a lot of knowledge, and he will definitely do it for the betterment. So even I don't think being a part of Open AI in particular, or now that he's joined Microsoft, or he opens his own startup or company or whatever, I feel his skills are more important, and I think that he takes along with himself, and there's no designation or that he requires. So there's two things. One is either he becomes like a job person, which is definitely not a case in his skill set. I'm very sure he will start something more better and more important in this field.
Okay. So this only goes to prove that, even co-founders are not safe
No
in the place.
one is safe.
You may be CEO, you may be co-founder, you may be director. There is threat. No one is above immunity of getting pink slip from anyone.
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah. So this only goes to, I'm going back to what you said a few minutes ago, that, how important it is to keep ourselves abreast of what's happening now, and how to upgrade ourselves so that anything, anytime it may happen, or we may be faced with, like if Sam Altman or Steve Jobs were faced with no job at hand suddenly overnight, what to do. So that's one thing we need to be.
No, change is the only constant. Change is
So right, so
important
right.
also for your personal growth, professional growth, however it may be.
Yeah.
So I'm very sure he is not just Sam, anyone in that one door closes, 10 other open. So they'll definitely do something more better in life.
Yeah, you're so right. But again, we need to keep. Yeah, thanks for this prompt that you gave. Today's world is very volatile, which was unlike 20 years ago when I just entered the job market.
Right.
It's highly volatile, highly dynamic. If I may use the word, quite cruel too. Am I? So how to keep yourself in this kind of scenario so very centered? A, can we keep ourselves quite centered? B, if yes, how to keep ourselves centered in the world of OpenAI, ChatGPT, and AI? How to keep?
So what I believe is this is not something that just happens. We just tell that yeah, it's fine, losing a job is fine, getting kicked out is fine. It's not something that actually just happens. You have to, as a human, work on yourself so that these things not matter to you so much so that your personal growth stops in. Obviously, if your tech job has gone, I'm sure there's a hobby that you can work on, or there's some better improvement that you can do. What we basically have to focus is on, you know, um, whatever skills you have, how you can use it for the best, how you can earn from it, as well as how you can be happy. Because there are so many people doing a job and they are not happy in it, but then there are startups who are not probably doing too well even in a course of 5 years, but they are very happy with their job. There's a force that drives them, and I think everyone should focus on that, because right now, if you see, when you talk about life, it's always about what I'm doing, and they only mean professionally. I think in that case, feel that public figure, or what he does, no one knows what he does. He just says, "I'm living life, I'm working on myself," and I think that's a very nice thing, because life is not just about what you do professionally. It's always a growth.
Yes, you're so very right. But yeah, I do agree that one needs to grow oneself completely, wholly, just not to have extra focus on one particular skill or on one particular aspect or zone of life and ignore the others. You have put it very well, Hitarthi. Also, we are at a stage where people are very lonely. Mental health has become I don't want to use the word, but I'll use it, rampant. There is rapid growth in one's mental health,
Right.
mental disbalance, Depression is a very strong word, but still there is kind of depression, unhappiness, delusionally happiness. There are so many things. So can AI come as a rescue operator in these cases? If yes, how?
Right. So, as I mentioned in the start of this video, that AI is human intelligence. So it means that if I share my problem with you, I can also share it with the AI. Rather, there are these companies, there are these apps that focus only on companionship. So elderly people or people who are feeling lonely, people who are away from their homes and they require someone to talk to or someone to chat with, AI helps you because it has a lot of emotional intelligence as well. It helps you give you companionship. It helps you get rid of your loneliness. There are, I cannot say that they would help your mental illness directly. Obviously, you require a proper therapist to do that. But it definitely helps you understand that you require. It helps you on your journey. It helps you how to figure it out, how you can get out of it, and not just the things like mental illness, depression. Even in general, there are times when you require companionship or you require someone to talk to, and AI is doing one in that field as well.
Okay, good. I think so. There was a movie also based on that called Her. Am I right? There's something that which showed how
Yes.
you
Uh,
know
it
AI
yeah,
was
it it's a very nice story, and I see it happening in the future where humans get that main character with with the AI that he talks to all the time. So obviously that is possible because you know how the world is going right now. No one actually bothers about one another. Everyone's just so focused on themselves, and the whole emotional quotient has just gone down. So AI is helping in that. It's just funny how humans are being more robotic and AI is getting right. So yeah, that happens. Not just in movies. I'm sure it might be happening. I
yeah,
think one site, I forgot the name, where it was a similar concept where they AI chat. Then there were claims that people wanted to get married to it. You know, again, everything went down. So there were certain downfalls involved around people were not happy because they were so attached to the AI. Obviously, it's not a physical person whom you can get married to, and then the company had to kind of shut down or they take their access or something. So yeah, all that also happens.
yeah. Good. So nice that AI can rescue and w- drive away the loneliness of maybe aged parents, because children are abroad and they want a help. So AI
For
can rescue. Yeah,
companionship,
yeah,
and
yeah,
not just companionship for elderly people, even for their health. If you're using AI, it can track your vitals every day. It can diagnose if you have certain problems way before you start showing symptoms. So even for elderly people, it's not that they are very old, so they don't require any kind of person. It's not just always about that. AI can help every generation and every field for their betterment, like health and companionship. If we talk about adults or education. If we talk about students, same way.
yeah. So nice. So, very happy to note that AI can be so wholesome and help human beings and its future in a holistic way. So, I would like to know now here, Hitarthi, what is your immediate plan from here? How would you like to go from here? Because you're already CEO, you're doing so many things on AI. So, what is one thing that you really want to do now, like, in next 6 months or, at the beginning of 2024?
No, what I believe is integrating AI every system possible, be it entertainment industry. If you realize how we use Spotify or how we use Amazon Prime, so continuously they are the kind of movies I like, and based on my or based on the time I watch, give me recommendation. So same if there's like a e-commerce field, the kind of clothes color choices do I formal, do I prefer fancy? Even an e-commerce agency. So every type of industry, every market, e-commerce, normal websites, entertainment websites, all of them require AI. And even advertising focusing on shifting everything, not just for machine learning based, using AI to betterment in every industry, because it helps the customers also, and it helps all the businessmen also. You get proper data about what kind of product user wants, what he is looking for, how many people are wanting to buy your product. All this data, all this analysis, they help a lot to kind of business owner. So that's how we are also AI to integrate in all our systems so that it helps every.
Wow, wonderful. So happy to hear this. Before I leave you, I have a couple of only two more questions. Do you have any plan for school children? Like or how can AI better the lives of school children, teachers in general? This, I'm not talking only about international schools, even government schools, municipal schools, and can it be affordable to them?
So right now, when I say AI for students, it becomes very restrictive because if you are mentioning in India, we have like a lot of rural areas also. So AI definitely helps when I education for students and teachers both, because as I said, AI gives you a vast range of knowledge, right? It's not just restricted to one book, it's not just restricted to one type of learning. Right now, it's not just about the 10 years of education, 1 to 10. You can get any kind of information online. And even I want every student, you're a teacher, you would know every student is different. There are some people who require technical learning, there is someone who requires a person to teach, there's someone who's good with visual kind of learning. So all these things and AI can help to understand the kind of student, what kind of learning he requires, what are the gaps in his learning process, how he wants to learn, what are his weaknesses, what are his strengths, and these data can just to help the students. They can you can know that okay, this student requires kind of learning, and that's how AI can help the whole educational field.
Wow. Wow. I mean, so I'm very happy that AI is making inroads even in the lives of schools and in the lives of children and parents and
I
teachers. Wow.
ask you a question where which are the fields where AI does not help? I think that would require me to be kind of free. This does not require AI. So that kind of a situation where I see a possibility in every industry and in every person, any age group.
Wow. So before we wind up, I would like you to give one tip for maybe youngsters or people who have just entered the job market. Do you have any tip? So how
Uh,
will they?
what I feel is you have to be educated, and I mean educated not just what degree you got. It means staying up to date with the latest information. You cannot say that no, I'm good with this skill, I require for it, or I'm good with this, I do not require any support for it. You need to be very latest in the trend and what technology is used in the market, and it very flexible, not just in terms of, as you said, you get out of a job or you have to upskill every now and then, but you need to be flexible with the kind of work you do. Now it's not a time that you are restricted to this job role. Now what happens is you're restricted to a product. What you do is if you have to create a product, you need to get all the kind of skills required to create that product. So I feel people should start focusing on applications and the things going on in the market more than just the degree knowledge. Because I think everyone now knows that degree is not enough. People require work experience. His degree, I think, is the most last thing any job person, any interview would see. What you first see is the kind of experience and how much latest you are in trends and technology.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So, do you have any, by at the end of it, do you want to share your thoughts as to how can one, how can one bring in a value add in one's life before you wind this up through AI or through Chat GPT or through? open source and whatever, you are the expert of this field. So
So
what
what
is,
I feel is that every person should accept AI, should accept its benefits, the demerits, and they should start working on it. You need to understand how AI will help you, and you have to start implementing it in the best way possible. Of course, you have to take care that you are transparent, you are doing ethical things, you have to be accountable for what you do. But you also have to start implementing, because AI is not something that I just type. That's not how.
okay. So, wow. It amazes me, how such a young kid has a wise hello around you. It's wonderful to have a chat with you. I mean, I learned so much within these 35 minutes. It's wonderful, and I'm definitely going to take three things that you say, to have acceptance. So from now, I've accepted AI. B is not to be afraid or fearful of AI. C is learn and equip oneself. And if at all I have access to you, if I have any difficulty, I'll trouble you. And I'm
God,
sure our viewers can also ask questions over here
yeah,
and clear their doubt as to how to really make AI your friend. She's a very, I know her personally, so she's a person with golden heart, a big heart. She'll
thank
definitely help each one of you. If you
you.
have any questions, just feel free, write on her blog or on her Insta page or on my Insta page, tag her and she will answer your questions, clarify your doubts, and even guide you if you want any certain tips or something. So on this note, thank you so much, Hitanti. I had a great time and enlightenment. And you can see the halo over you has rubbed out and shoulder and passed on to me and others. So thank you. Bye. Bye.